Are you looking for someone emotionally available? Guess what? You, yourself, may be emotionally unavailable. Um, I myself used to say this when it comes to like dating. Oh no, I want somebody emotionally available and all those jazz. But what I came to realize is that I needed, I wanted somebody emotionally available because I myself was not emotionally available. And that was my rant for a long time. I thought my ex of 7 years was emotionally unavailable. And then the relationship I had after that, I thought he was also emotionally unavailable. And as I was dating people, I pretty much thought that was the case for most people. But it took me, my coach, to ask me this question of if you want somebody to be emotionally available for you, then how can you start becoming that for yourself? To come to a place to understand that I wasn't emotionally available to myself. And at that time, I was in a state where I was looking for answers, and I didn't take feedbacks as meaning, that I'm a terrible human being or anything like that. And so I actually took it really well. And that led me to becoming emotionally available for myself. And then what started after that was that I realized I was into these friendships that I needed as part of my having people around me to, give me those emotional availability. But since I started to become emotionally available to myself, I felt like I didn't need anybody. And I don't say this in an arrogant sense by any means. I obviously had my therapist and my coach, but I felt as after that, I started to become who I started to become with whom that I wanted to be. So I became my whole self. And friendships or anything external relationships for me after that didn't come from a place of need, but came from a place of want. And so I didn't tolerate toxic friendships. And I mean toxic in a way where they themselves had negative self-worth beliefs, negative in general, critical, like blaming, victim mindset, those kind of things. I didn't tolerate that after that. It wasn't like overnight, obviously. It took a couple months for me to understand that. But now I choose relationships, friendships based on not the need for me, but based on my want. Like would I like to be friends with this person? Do I feel good with this person? Do they see good in me? Do I see good in them? Like it's more of a healthy relationships. So if you ask yourself this question of like, I need somebody emotionally available. Sorry, girl. I'm sorry, baby girl. It might just be you. And in case, I don't know how men react to these things, how men say what kind of woman I want. I've never heard a man say, I want an emotionally available woman. Like, I've never heard that before, so I don't know how they say that. And I wonder if men say, oh, I just want like a hot girl. And maybe that is something that people say, or maybe somebody with a good self-worth will probably say, I want somebody hot and kind. Or maybe somebody with low self-worth would say, okay, I just want somebody like good enough, hot enough. And I say this, I'm projecting obviously, but I say this because in the past, when I didn't have my self-worth, I dated men who are lesser than me, not only from the looks, but also emotionally. They were less in a lesser place than me. And especially when it comes to looks, I dated people who were a lot lower than me. And I didn't realize at that time, but now I've come to realize that it came from a place of feeling insecure about myself, that I wanted somebody who is lesser than me so that I can feel secure in the relationship. Isn't that interesting? And after, I got off the 7-year relationship, and, I had been working on my self-worth at that time. Now, for the dates, the men that I date are twice as higher in terms of looks and emotionally, like everything, than my ex. Look at the upgrades I've had. Now I see myself as somebody worthy, and so I don't feel insecure. So I date people who are a little bit on the higher end in terms of both externally and internally. It's very fascinating to me, and I no disrespect to anybody by any means. But I've also come to realize that people choose partners based on their vibrational frequency. It's not really about looks or anything internal. Like, it's not about looks from outside. It's all inside. How much self-worth do they have? And that's the kind of partner there's a similar level of self-worth both ways. That's what I've come to understand and learn about relationships. Anyway, I went on a long ranting here, but all is to say that if you're looking for somebody emotionally available, it might just be you. You may be emotionally available to yourself. So maybe it's time that you work on that. Yeah. I love you lots though. Okay, it's okay to be where you are. It's okay to have those thoughts also. I've been there. I know what it's like. But it's okay. You got this. This is a starting point. It's okay. Be very gentle and kind to yourself.